What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode we returned to the sky, opened up some goddess chests, got some new items, and just generally prepared for the next major area. In this episode I'd say our preparations are complete, so what do you say we head towards that giant yellow pillar and dive right into the Lanayru Province. I'm actually pretty excited because, of course, this is the last of the three major areas, and it's also the largest, so there's going to be a lot to talk about. On our way, though, I do want to address one concern. Yes, I am going into this area with the Iron Shield. Now, I do understand that puts me at, like, one major disadvantage with dealing with electric-based attacks, which we're going to find a lot of in this area. However, I still believe the Iron Shield is, the better of the two shields. So I'm going to deal with that disadvantage, but, if you're not really comfortable with, like, dodging electric attacks or not really using your shield too much, I would then recommend switching back to the wooden shield. For us, though, we should be fine. Anyways, we made it, guys. A report, Master Link. We have arrived at Lanayru Mine. Oh boy, here we are, guys. Check it out. It looks so, barren and dead. Yeah, not really the most, like, inviting area that we've been to thus far. This arid region was transformed into a desert over the course of several hundred years. Well, is that so? So that's pretty interesting. But, yeah, sadly it seems like over the course of those hundreds of years, this area has just really gone downhill. Kinda sad. Oh well, though. My projections show that Zelda must have traveled through this area. Alright, well I suppose we should get to looking then. And yes, I'll douse real quick. There we go. Jeez, man. Real quick, first things first, I do want to check out this save statue. Now, normally, I do these off screen since, you want to make sure you check out, like, every single save statue. That way you can, like, land back at them later on when you come back to revisit these areas. But, since this place is so big, I'm probably going to examine those ones as we come across them. Anyways, though, yep, there is a goddess cube. Very invisible, right behind where you land, so make sure you pick that one up before you get going. Also, there's some really loud and noisy bugs in this area, so let me try and very carefully sneak up to these guys and see if I can't catch them. Come on, a little bit closer. There we go, we got one. Aw, the second guy flew away, though. Anyways, this is a sand cicada, so yeah, they are pretty easy to startle, obviously, but at least we got one of them. I really don't think that second bug is gonna come back, though, so I guess we'll just have to move on without it. Like I was saying, though, the Lanayru Province is pretty barren. Like, it does have some cool concepts to it that make it way more interesting, but a majority of this area is just kind of dull and sort of like a generic desert theme, which really isn't all that interesting. Like, it's really the mechanics of this area that make it more interesting than, like, the area itself, and it kind of makes you wish they used the mechanic more, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a little bit. For now, though, let's keep pushing this minecart forward, since we actually do need to use it as a platform to reach the top of that ledge. And hey, check it out, we got some electric chews over here. So yeah, what you want to do is just wait until they're not electrified, and then you can attack them normally. Now, since we are using the Iron Shield, if you block any attacks or parry any attacks that have electricity involved in them, it will conduct through the shield and hurt Link. That is the one disadvantage of using this shield in this area. Now, like I said, you can work around it, and if you don't want to deal with it at all, you can, of course, use the wooden shield. Now, the trade-off being that the wooden shield is way less durable than the Iron Shield. Like, even if you upgrade it, it's still not going to be anywhere as good as the Iron Shield in terms of durability. So that's why I chose the Iron Shield. But, each of the two shields that we can get at this point do have, like, their pros and cons for this area, so it's really up to you to, like, personally weigh those in your head and just figure out what you're willing to deal with. Anyways, let's take care of these guys real quick. And hey, a jelly blob. Nice. We actually should be getting more drops now that I'm carrying around the treasure medal inside my adventure pouch. So hopefully we'll get some cool stuff. Like, maybe we'll even get ourselves a monster claw. Like, that would be amazing, right, guys? I can't believe it's been, like, I don't know, 20 videos and we still have yet to get a singular monster claw. Like, what is even going on in this game, man? They're not rare drops whatsoever, so maybe we'll get one now that we're wearing this treasure medal. Anyways, I do want to stock up on bombs real quick just because we will be using them in a little bit, but we're gonna ignore this minecart for now and instead head into this much larger area because, yeah, right in the center is this very large, important looking purple stone. Like, who knows what that could be, guys? It's probably like some really rare ancient artifact. Let's go and hit it with our sword. And yes, violence is always the answer because we just activated what the game calls a time shift stone. It's actually one of the major gimmicks in this area. Once activated, it will create like a radius around itself, and everything inside will be like it was several hundred years ago before it decayed into the desert that it currently is. Now, I love how this area looks whenever a time shift stone is actually active. It's way more interesting than like the dull desert that it actually is, so I kind of wish it was always like this. Plus, there's all this advanced technology, and it makes you wonder, like, how come whoever created this, like, let it get to the point of decay that it was at, you know, when we got here? Like, how come they didn't sort of preserve all this technology? Like, clearly it's advanced enough to do that, but, yeah, for whatever reason, just, like, decayed over several hundred years. Anyway, so you can ride that minecart into this little tiny area and get yourself this chest, which contains 20 rupees. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only get in here by riding the minecarts. You will be using minecarts a lot in this entire area, so get used to it. It's not too bad, though, because obviously you just hop inside it, and they take you exactly where you want to go. So it's actually kind of fun. Real quick, though, we do have a new collectible right over here. So this thing is actually an ancient flower. These things will only appear whenever the time shift stone is activated. So yeah, they're not too rare, but you do want to keep an eye out for them whenever you activate a time shift stone because you may just find one, and they are worth picking up. Anyways, though, back to where that other minecart was. As you can see, it's still stuck in the past, or technically the future, so let's push it into the past. That way it acts like it would in the future, because like this technology is way more advanced than like anything we have up in Skyloft. So even though it's from the past, it's like futuristic technology. That really doesn't make like any sense, does it? But hopefully you guys understood what I meant. Anyways, there is another ancient flower right over here, so let's pick this up. Now you'll notice that yeah, sadly, this time shift stone does not extend fully into this room, which is not that big of a deal. Like, we can fix that by bombing these two rocks, because underneath one of them is, yet again, another time shift stone, except this one is, just much smaller. So, when we hit this time shift stone, guess what? Yeah, the original one deactivates, and this one sort of takes its place. So, keep that in mind for later on. What do you say we actually talk to one of these robot guys? Because I think they do tell us about the time shift stones a little bit more. The time shift stones power us as well as the machines we use. Vreep. That's why we have to stay hard at work. Zoop. Okay then. I'm able to confirm that a time shift has occurred within this space. Any impact to the blue stone creates a sustainable temporal disruption field in the surrounding area. Readings show that this area is in a past time state. Well, thank you for that file. Like, I'm pretty sure we already knew all of that, but, whatever. I thought I saw a bomb plant here before. Not really sure where that went. I kind of wanted to make sure I was stocked up on bombs, but, oh, well, maybe it disappeared when I activated the time shift stone. I could have swore, like, that doesn't change, though. Oh, there it is. It's actually behind the grass. Wow, I did not even see it there. It blended in very well. Alright, now that we're back to full bombs, let's head over into this area. Now, watch out for these two electric chews. Nothing really too interesting going on, but this is quicksand, guys. You'll notice as we run through this, yeah, our stamina drains, like, super quickly. Now, if you do not run through that, you'll literally just sink down instantly, and that's not really a good thing. Like, you will just respawn on, like, the last solid ground that you were on, but honestly, that's just a waste of time, and nobody wants that to happen. So just keep running and watch your stamina. Anyways, if we blow up this particular, like, weird statue thing, behind it is a tiny little alcove. You know, these weird statue things actually remind me of, the things that were sort of blocking the entrance to Dragon Roost Cavern in Wind Waker. Like, you had to throw bombs in those as well, and they pretty much did the exact same thing. Like, they fell over, and you used them as platforms. So I kind of wonder if they maybe stole these from Wind Waker. Like, obviously, they're different models because they sort of feature the weird robot things that we saw earlier, but they're basically the same thing. Anyways, make sure, yeah, you do have enough stamina to make this gap, because it's very deceiving how quickly you use your stamina when you're going over to the sand. So that was a little bit risky, but we should be fine getting through all of these platforms. Just don't push yourself too much unless you absolutely know you can make it. Anyways, in this larger area, we have some new enemies. These are the sand versions of the enemies that we saw inside the Earth Temple. So instead of like living in lava, they live in sand, and instead of like shooting fire at you, they shoot electricity at you. Yeah, kind of annoying, but still very easy to deal with. Just like chuck a bomb at them, and they die in one hit, just like the guys inside the lava. You do need to be like slightly more specific with your bomb throws, because obviously you want it to land on the enemy, not just like inside the lava around them. And ooh, that was not good. You got me, you sneaky critter. You got me. But you know what? For that, you're gonna die. And stop shooting freaking electric bolts at me, dude. Not cool. Not cool at all. Anyways, can I get some hearts, please? Yeah, there we go. Oh, of course they're gonna land right in this sand. Wow, I'm actually surprised I did not fall like a brick there. Like, I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, you know, if I try and go after that, I'm probably gonna die. But I still did it anyways. And I guess it worked out because I got the heart and, you know, didn't die. Yeah, whatever. Right up there is actually a chest. Now, we can get that one. We just got to go, like, the long way around and do a couple of things along the way, all of which is kind of required anyway. So, I mean, it makes sense that we do it. And, oh my gosh, guys, guess what? We just got ourselves a monster claw. Oh my gosh, dude. It took us 20 videos and wearing the treasure medal, but we finally got our first monster claw. I'm so happy right now. Like, this is honestly the proudest moment of the entire Let's Play so far. I cannot believe it, man. I need like a round of applause. I need some fireworks going off or something. But I guess the closest thing we have to fireworks are our bombs. So let's roll them down this sandy hallway and get rid of some of these rocks, because, well, one of these rocks is actually hiding something underneath it that we kind of need to make use of. And I bet you'll never guess what it is, guys. It's definitely not like the newest thing we got introduced to. Of course, it's a time shift stone, but you're probably wondering, how do we activate it when it's all the way over there? Well, guess what? Time shift stones can pretty much be activated by almost anything. So yeah, if we just like roll another bomb down there, we should be good in terms of like activating it. But you can use your beetle, your slingshot, your sword, bombs, pretty much like anything that can just whack it will work. Maybe not your bug net. I never actually tried that. That may be worth exploring sometime in the future. For now though, let's just deal with these guys. You know, I really hate dealing with these guys because I feel like they always change like directions as soon as I'm doing my strike, and I have no idea how they managed to do that. I suppose I could like, you know, use my beetle and cut the stem off of him, but I feel like that's kind of cheating, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. Plus, I really just don't want to swap items. Like, I'm that lazy, guys, so I'll just deal with it and use my sword. And hey, check it out, another ancient flower. Not bad. And ooh, we got some bugs in here too. Alright, let's grab that bug net and see if we can't collect both of these things. They look kind of like dragonflies, so let's carefully... Oh, no, don't fly away from me, dude. Come on. There we go. We got one. And this is a Gerudo dragonfly, which is, pretty interesting because this does take place, like, you know, before Hyrule was even established. So the word Gerudo being in the game is kind of important since, you know, that's obviously the tribe where Ganon comes from. And it's like, well, if the Hylians weren't even established and the Gerudo already have, like, a word... Was their tribe already established at this point in time? Who actually knows? Like, we don't see any Gerudo in this game, so... I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of, like, random Zelda lore that does exist in Skyward Sword that really isn't explained, because obviously they had to name that dragonfly after something, so... I mean, logically, the Gerudo tribe has to exist at this point, you'd think. I don't know. Anyways, whatever though, we're not going to worry about it. Instead, we're going to open up this chest and get ourselves another bluebird feather. It's kind of funny because the two feathers that we've actually gotten from chests and not actually like getting them from the birds, but not a big deal. Yep, behind here we got ourselves another ancient flower, so grab that and now we should be good to go. So, let's actually grab this minecart because we need to push it back into the path, or rather pull it, I guess. And this will allow us to get out of this area and pretty much enter like the main huge area of the Lanayru province. Like, you'll see what I mean once we get out of here. Like, right now we were just in one of these smaller, more linear sections, whereas now we're about to enter, like, the huge open area, and there's gonna be so much more to explore. Just look at this area already, man. It's kind of ridiculous how much there is to it. We have arrived at Lanayru Desert. The terrain in this area changed drastically as climate forces rapidly turned into a desert. And hey, check it out, there's the Triforce symbol in the background there. I have confirmed numerous areas of sink sand. Should you step in sink sand, you may be swallowed by the desert. Bodily danger has increased by 30%. As a safety measure, I recommend you check the terrain on your map with Plus. My readings indicate that Zelda has passed through here. As previously stated, this area is highly dangerous. I suggest reuniting with her quickly to determine the motivations behind her actions at Eldin Province. Right, sounds like a good idea. So yes, like another huge area on our map is getting filled out. This is the Lanayru Desert area. There's still like more missing, but like this area is massive. So we will be spending a lot of time like exploring this area, but I think we'll start exploring in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.